Good morning, students. We were discussing US hegemony in world politics, the dominance of US in the world. So today we will discuss about 9/11 and the global war on terror. I think all of you must have heard about 9/11, 11th September 2001, a terrorist attack on US. I think all of you are familiar with this incident. So today we will discuss about this 9/11. Actually, in US, the convention is right the month first, followed by the date. Hence the short form 9/11 instead of 11/9. In USA, they used to write month first, okay, and then the date and year. We in India, we used to write first date, then month, then year. But in US, they used to write first month, then date, and then year. That is why 9/11. Okay, 9/11 means 11th September. Okay, now on 11th September 2001, 19 hijackers hailing from a number of Arab countries took control of 4 American commercial aircraft shortly after takeoff and flew them into important buildings in the US. So there was a terrorist attack on 11th September 2001, and the people, the attackers, the terrorists at that time, they were in that flight. So we can say human bomb also. They have carried the bomb with them, and then they flew aircraft and then crashed some of the buildings of US. So there were actually 4 attacks during that day, 11th September. There were 4 attacks in US. Let's discuss what are those 4 attacks. First of all, one airline each crashed into the north and south tower of the World Trade Center in Europe. So there was in New York, the north and the south tower of the World Trade Center has been attacked. That is 2. One is North Tower and another one is South Tower of the World Trade Center in New York. That is 2 attacks. Okay. And the third one, a 3rd aircraft crashed into the Pentagon building in Arlington, Virginia, where the US Defense Department is headquartered. Now the third one is US headquarter. Okay, US Defense headquarter. That one is 3rd, and it's in Virginia. Now the 4th aircraft, presumably bound for the Capitol building of the US Congress, came down in a field in Pennsylvania. The attack have came to be known as 9/11, and the 3rd one was the Congress, the US Congress building. So there were 4 attacks. One was the 2 attacks were North and the South World Trade Center. 3rd was US headquarter, Defense headquarter, and the 4th was US Congress. So there were 4 attacks in 9/11 by a terrorist organization, and they flew the aircraft in this attack, and the attackers, the terrorists, they also got killed in this attack because that was a human bomb. Okay, now the attack killed nearly 3,000 persons. In terms of their shocking effects on America, they have been compared to the British burning of Washington DC in 1814 and the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor in 1941. And this attack has been compared to the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor in 1981 and the burning of the Washington. But the 9/11, we can say that 9/11 was the most severe attack on the US soil since the founding of the country. So after the formation of the country in 1776, this was the major attack on USA by a terrorist organization. Now the USA, the most developed country, if they have been attacked by the outsiders, by the terrorists, then obviously they will give their response, and the response was very, very quick. And a very severe one also, not only quick but the very severe one also. USA has given response very quick. Okay, at that time Clinton's years has been ended, and there was George W. Bush Washington's son. There was now the president was George W. Bush. He was the son of President George H.W. Bush. We have discussed about him, right? When Clinton won the election. Before Clinton, there was George H.W. Bush. Now, after Clinton, there was his son George W. Bush was the president of the country. So, he took all the measures to punish those terrorists. So, we can say that there was people who ever were involved in that attack, they were punished severely. And the USA has given this name as Global War on Terror. The response of 9/11, they named as Global War on Terror, and they have given this operation as Operation Enduring Freedom. This was the operation of the US. This was the response of the 9/11. Okay, this was also one of the Global War on Terror. The US launched Operation Enduring Freedom against all those suspected to be behind this attack, mainly Al-Qaeda and the Taliban regime. So, the main attackers, the main terrorists were the Al-Qaeda and the Taliban regime in this period, in this attack. And USA make sure that every individual whoever is involved in this attack, they should be punished, and they have given this name as the Operation Enduring Freedom. All the people whoever were involved, they were kidnapped or they were quarantined. Okay, and the Taliban regime was easily overthrown, but remnants of the Taliban and Al-Qaeda have remained potent, as it clear from the number of the terrorist attack launched by them against Western target since. Because after punishing this Al-Qaeda, this terrorist group, we have heard so many terrorist attack, right, in other countries, in US itself, or in recently we have one terrorist attack in Mumbai also. That was a terrorist attack, and the terrorists whoever were, they were basically the Taliban and the Al-Qaeda. These two are the main important terrorist organization of the world. So USA makes sure that everyone should be punished. The US forces arrested all over the world, from all over the world, whoever belongs to Al-Qaeda and Taliban, and without the knowledge of the government also. If the terrorists were from India, they kidnapped or they arrest those terrorists from India without informing Indian government. Similarly, from other countries also, whoever they were belong, they have been arrested without the information of the government of that particular country, and all of them were brought to Guantanamo Bay. You have to remember this name, Guantanamo Bay, a US naval base in Cuba. All of them have been placed over there, and no one were allowed to meet them. Not even their government, not the officials, no the family members, even the UN, United Nations representatives were also not allowed to meet them. So this is all about 9/11. Terrorist has attacked Al-Qaeda and Taliban terrorist organization has attacked USA through aircraft. There were 4 major attacks. 2 were North and South World Trade Center. Another one was US Defense Office headquarters, and another one was, last one, the 4th one was US Congress Office. So, and the US response was very quick. They had given the name Operation Enduring Freedom when they were giving a reply or the response to this attack, to 9/11 attack. And all the terrorists or whoever the members, whoever the person involved in this attack, they have been taken in Guantanamo. It's in Cuba, and they have been placed over there. No one were allowed to meet them. Even the UN representatives were not allowed to meet them. They have been kept in a one small room where there is no light and nothing is there. So that was the torture. That torture has been given by US. So we can say that this is one of the supremacy of US. US was very, very powerful. They can show their power over here also. Now, another example of US dominance or the US supremacy is Iraq invasion. US wanted to capture Iraq. Okay, in 19th March 2003, the US launched its invasion of Iraq under the code name Operation Iraqi Freedom. Now, this was another operation held by US. They wanted to capture Iraq. They wanted to invade Iraq, and they have given the name as Operation Iraqi Freedom. More than 40 other countries joined the US-led coalition of the willing after the UN refused to give its mandate to the invasion. United Nations refused to give permission to this invasion, but from all over the world, almost 40 other countries have joined this coalition with America. Okay, the US, they wanted to capture Iraq, and 40 other countries, they helped them, making a coalition. The main purpose of this invasion was that USA thought that Iraq was manufacturing this weapon of mass destruction. Weapon of mass destruction. Weapon means arms. Mass means huge number of people. Destruction means a bomb like which can destroy almost every individual. A mass. Okay, so that was since no evidence, because there was no evidence of weapon of mass destruction, the Iraq, because that was USA thought that Iraq was manufacturing this weapon, but there was no evidence of this weapon. Okay, so at that time Iraq wanted to capture Iraqi oil field and installing a regime friendly to the US. Actually, this Iraq invasion was all about a plan that has been made by USA. USA said that Iraq was manufacturing weapon of mass destruction to all the other countries. Whoever countries have coalited with US, 40 other countries, they thought that this Iraq, they were manufacturing mass destruction weapons, and we have to support USA. But the motive of the US was a different one. USA actually wanted to capture the oil field of Iraq, because Iraq was rich in oil field. Okay, so that was the reason invasion of the Iraq. Iraq wanted to capture, USA wanted to capture Iraq because they wanted to capture oil field also. And the about the manufacturing of weapon of mass destruction, that is they had this point in their mind. They thought, right, and the 40 other countries, they have coalited with US because of this mass destruction only. They wanted to destroy that, but the actual motive of USA was to capture oil field of Iraq. Okay, now, although the government of Saddam Hussein, at that time the president of Iraq was Saddam Hussein, he fell very swiftly, and US has not been able to pacify Iraq. There was a war between Iraq and USA. Instead of full-fledged insurgency against US occupation was ignited in Iraq, while the US has lost over 3,000 military personnel in the war, Iraq casualties are very much higher. It is conservatively estimated that 50,000 Iraqi civilians have been killed since the US-led invasion. It was now widely recognized that US invasion on Iraq was in some crucial respect both a military and political failure. Now, when the USA started this invasion with 40 other countries, with a coalition of 40 other countries, Saddam Hussein was very quick at that time. He wanted to protect his country, because as a president of that country, he was very quick. And we can say that in Iraq, there was almost 50,000 civilians has been killed in this invasion, and 3,000 military has been killed in USA. So the number of people who are dead are more in Iraq than the US. But also, this invasion was a total failure for the US, because Saddam Hussein did not allow US to capture Iraq. He did not allow the invasion of the Iraq by the US. Here also in this Iraq invasions, USA wanted to show its supremacy, but that was a failure of the US. They were not able to capture Iraq. Okay, so this was the example of the supremacy or the dominance or the power of the US, like how USA has given response against 9/11 attack, how USA wanted to capture Iraq, and many other country, 40 other country. It's not a small point. 40 other country means a very, very large number of country. They have supported US in this invasion, right? So this is one of the dominance of USA. Countries are supporting them, right? Whether they are right or wrong, but all the other countries are supporting them. They are making coalition and all. So this is the supremacy, this is the dominance, this is the hegemony of USA. Now what does hegemony means? Hegemony means dominance. Politics is all about power. Just as individuals want to gain and retain power, groups too want to gain and retain power. Now every individual or a community, they wanted to have power, right? They wanted to show their power. Politics, we can always say politics is always about power. Whoever is powerful, they can remain in the seat. They can be the representatives. It's a politics. So the politics of world politics, there is a politics going on in whole world also, and whoever has the power, they will remain in the seat in the whole politics. Because initially we have two superpower, that is USA and the USSR. After the disintegration of USSR, there was only USA who has superpower, and its power has been multiplied after the disintegration of USA. Now we have unipolar world. One superpower is dominating the whole world. That means a unipolar world. So we can identify now. There are three sets of hegemony in international politics. The USA were dominated the whole world by three means. First of all, hard power. Hard power, hegemony as hard power means a military power, whatever military they have. Okay, so we will discuss about that hard power in our next class, how the USA was dominating the whole world through their hard power because of the military only. Till then, all of you please go through the chapter and try to understand by yourself also, because this is very easy. If you go thoroughly, then you can understand each and every line, each paragraph. Okay, till then, take care and be safe.